Welcome back to Blocked Pod.
I'm Kamara.
And I'm Zeke. And this is Blocked Pod.
This is a podcast where we talk about the things we are blocking.
And the things that are blocking us.
Oh my God, what a day we had.
We have had a day, and it has only been 24 hours since we sat here last.
Literally.
So a peek behind the curtain.
Truly.
Yeah.
We got to talk about last night first.
Oh my God, you take it away.
Okay.
Take it away, Earl.
So last night, my brother invited us to one of his shows. If y'all don't know, Mocha Light. But last night, he performed as Vanilla Heavy, which was the drag king persona, and my brother killed it. It was just so funny. Like, I'm used to seeing super femme, beautiful cunty Mocha, and then to see like Mocha as like this Vanilla Heavy fake mustache like rocker persona was so funny. I was doubled over in the crowd laughing. People were like, "Why is this bitch laughing?"
It was so good. It was
He was so
insanely
good.
good. It was so good, and people were dying.
Yes,
People were
screaming,
dying at him.
screaming.
Yeah.
The girls, the lesbians, being like, "I had a sexual awakening."
Yes.
I was like,
We were
"Girl."
standing by people, and they didn't know who we were or our relation to Mocha.
Yes.
And we just kept hearing her to whoever she was with, like, "Oh my God, what is that?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, I'm feeling something."
It did something to
Yeah.
me. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah. It was so
Oh my
funny.
God, it's so fun. Definitely. Well, we got to post like a carousel with some of like the video
Oh, that's a
and
good
pictures
idea.
from last
yeah.
night.
We got to share that.
Yes. That was super fun.
Mhm.
It was oh my God, the one that kept doing this is
Oh my God.
I don't know who that was.
I can't remember.
I couldn't remember who it
Ah.
was. Someone had like, you could tell that one.
Oh
That
my
was
God.
funny.
Okay, so someone was doing a bit, and it started with the song. Did it start with that song? It started with something else.
No, it started with something else.
Yeah, it started with
Like a
oh my
jazz-
God, no! Didn't it start with when I was in the third grade?
Yes.
Okay, it started
and then
with
it's like,
it started with Macklemore's. Oh,
Oh.
will you go press mute on that?
oh, okay.
Sorry. Okay, while she does that, it started with on the computer. The mute like on the sound bar at the top. You get it? Nice. Okay. What is that Macklemore song called?
I don't know.
I can't change even if I tried. So it started with that, but it only got to when I was in the
Third grade.
I thought it was gay, and it goes. If you want it, take it.
Try to hide it. Fake
Fake
it.
it.
I was screaming.
Okay, and it's like goofy, silly choreography,
So silly.
just movements to everything. And you're like, okay, that'll be the number.
Yeah.
And then it gets towards the end of the number, and it stops, and it
Cuts to another
cuts
song.
to like another song. You're like, oh, it's gonna go into how funny it's gonna go into Born This Way. Like, of
Yes,
course it is
yes,
Happy
yes.
Pride, whatever. And it does like 2 words in Born This Way.
Doesn't matter if you're him or capital H-I-M.
If you want it, and no matter
Take it.
what, anytime it tried to transition out into another song, it would always find its way back in. And this poor guy, by the end, after he had gone back to that song like for the 8th time, doing the same choreo over and over, just like so defeated, was the funniest thing in the world. And it was that thing. I will say, like, I do think some of the only people in comedy
Yeah.
that can do more than like 1-2 punchline,
Yes.
you know, or like the third time you got to do it in 3s or whatever.
Zipper's open. Sorry.
Like, I fully believe a drag queen can
Yes.
drag it on 10, 12, 14 times.
Absolutely.
And at that point, there's a point where you're like, oh, the third time's the last. And after that, you're like, oh, it's this one's the last. And it's like, oh, it's funny. Surely she can only do a couple more because like she's done it 7 times now. And then you get to turn 10 or 11
Right.
and you are losing your mind. You're like, this is hilarious that she is still doing this. Like, what is going on? Surely it is not going to happen again. There is no way this has to be done.
Yeah.
If you want it, right into it. dying. We were like bent over laughing the entire time. It was so good.
Oh my
it was
God.
so good.
I loved like in that part of the show where by like number 10,
Mm-hmm.
she was scared and like it was like da-na-na-na-na. She was like running away like no.
Yes.
Like, running towards the curtain but then doing the choreography.
Oh
I only want to die.
And it was
Stuck in purgatory, truly.
when you would think the song would change, 2 beats of like the next song would play. She would quickly, there would be no chair on stage. Get a chair, bring it to center. Like, oh, she's gonna sit and do the next song.
Yep.
Sits and says like 2 words of the song, and it cuts back to the other, and she's like, throws a chair back and goes back to. It was so good.
That was so freaking funny.
It was so funny.
Oh my God. And then the drag king, I forget her name. I forget what their name when they were like, they did like the clown kind of spooky
Oh, that was
performance.
so good.
That was art.
That was really good.
That was art. I wish I could remember their name.
Yeah. We got to look at the flyer.
Oh my gosh. That was
really
cool.
good.
We'll like, tag them. Cause
Yeah.
that was like, I wanted to give this person money, but then I was like, so like entranced in like this beautiful performance
Yeah.
that they were giving.
Spooky, haunting.
Yeah. Like, oh, so cool.
The way the music was used was
Yeah,
so cool.
the passion kicking off the clown shoes, but had like
Yes.
cried out clown makeup. It was so freaking good.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That was cool.
That was so funny.
Ugh.
Even though I was sad that the one drag king didn't do, during the Kesha song, do the confetti.
Oh yeah.
This place about to blow.
They had to.
I was
They
like,
they did
no.
confetti at the beginning before we got there, because when we got there,
There was
the
confetti,
stage
right?
the help was sweeping it up.
No, I'm mad.
And then I guess they were like, let's not make them do that again. So Troye Sivan in Act 1 was
Oh my
the
God.
sweeper.
Troye Sivan, wait,
That was so funny.
that was funny
Yeah.
too. Doing the live version. Hola.
Doing what's the song? Oh, Bloom.
Yeah.
Doing like performing to Bloom as Troye Sivan,
Yes.
but doing a live version recorded from like
Barcelona
Brazil
or
or Barcelona or somewhere. Where of course during the big dance, it's a big dancey number.
Yeah.
Troy's only actually singing
Two words.
every word like a word here and there, and so the rest of the time this drag king's walking around just kind of like waving, saying stuff, doing a little dance, and then saying, Bloom,
It's the auto tune,
just
and it's an
for you. Like it was
and
so
it's an
funny.
auto tune.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
It was so good. Getting on the stairs like, Hola Barcelona.
That was really cute. That was the
that was funny. That was
cutest
funny.
performance
Yeah.
ever.
Uh,
That was a really good time.
yes, it was.
What an interesting place. Ugh, boiling.
Purgatory.
Purgatory
Yes.
was really cool.
I want to go back there.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
They need to turn the air on before we get there, though.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh, we don't have to get into that. But
No.
today we did go to ThriftCon.
We went to ThriftCon today. We just talked about it on the last episode.
Yes.
So you can talk to it more because you've been to other ones.
Yes.
But we went to New York City ThriftCon, which was in Brooklyn in the Navy Yard.
Yeah.
Massive.
Massive.
Huge, in a warehouse.
Yeah, pretty much the biggest one I've ever been to, because I've been to, at this point, Atlanta, Texas, and the LA one. And they're all pretty big. I think LA was in like a hotel showroom, which was pretty big.
Mhm.
The Atlanta one was in like this old like flea markets looking like warehouse kind of thing
Yeah.
that looked like it was like a convention center, but it looked like from the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, and then Atlanta was also similarly in like a little convention center.
Yeah.
And I would say they were big. This one was probably the size of like 2 of those combined.
Wow.
That was the biggest I've ever seen it. And like really cool vendors. Like
Yeah.
I saw Authenticity Checker,
Yeah,
which
that was
was
cool.
really cool, because that's like one of the things when you go to like one of these events is like you find the coolest grail. You find a shirt that you've seen when you were a kid that your dad was wearing, that you love, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and God forbid you you take it home and you realize it says Stone Killed Steve Toston because it's like a parking lot T-shirt, and you're like, fuck, I paid $300 for this.
Yeah.
What I thought was so cool, and I've never seen before at any of the conventions, they had a T-shirt and item authentication booth.
Yeah.
And they showed like
Free.
example, totally free.
Yeah.
So it's like if you purchase something and you spent like a grip on it, you could come there, take it. There was just one really cool looking dude with a fire fit, and he's like, people are just putting shirts out, and he's like pointing at details and being like, "You're good." Like,
Yeah.
or he's fake.
He's the real.
He was the live real. I thought that was so cool.
He was the real.
He was the real. Real. But it was really cool.
Yeah.
That was something I never seen. And the jewelry vendors.
Oh, you talk about that. I'm gonna get some water.
Oh, okay.
Keep going. You talk.
The jewelry vendors were really cool. I feel like that's the few times that I've gone. They were mostly clothing focused, but this time around, maybe it's because it was New York City based, like they really focused on like good accessories. We went to this one, actually I think we're wearing a ton of the jewelry right now. We went to one spot, I forget what it was called, but it had everything, like just piles of vintage watches and like bracelets, cool necklaces, sterling silver, and like they just gave you like a little basket and you just went around and plunked in. You had to it was, first of all, it was a competition to dig through the stuff and just go through the stuff, take your time. Everyone was really chill about it too. There was no like pushing or shoving. Like it was really good experience. And you just pick out all the little things that you like and put them in a little basket. Oh, 125th vintage. Really good.
There was another name I thought too. My bag had two things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't see.
Okay, we'll tag them.
Triple Threat vintage?
Maybe that was the other
Triple
one.
Threat vintage.
Yeah.
Really cool. We're actually wearing some of the stuff right now.
Yeah,
I got this really cool Sagittarius pinky ring.
I got this like tiny little, what brand is this?
Bulgari.
Oh, no, it's a Seiko. It's like
Nice.
my grandpa's watch that I wear.
Nice.
This tiny little gold guy.
It's so
this little
nice.
like gold bracelet.
Yeah.
It's really cool, like thick, sturdy, feels
Yeah.
good, looks good.
That ring.
And then this tiny little black ring, which is, I mean, to me, it's like a black tourmaline or something like
Yeah.
that. But it's really cool, perfect fit.
The necklace.
The necklace, I love. I think it looks so good. It's a perfect
I love it.
length.
I love it.
Oops, I'm doing Kamara and talking.
Oh, ooh. I also got this cool thumb ring, and I got this nice heart ring. Oh, so much cool stuff there. Also, there was another watch vendor. That guy had a serious, the one guy that had like only watches around the table, and then like the watches in the case and stuff. I did buy a really cool blue face.
Oh
Seiko
yeah, that's right.
That I talked him down a couple bucks, thank God, because I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if it's working, and I'm gonna have to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure, knocked a couple bucks off. And I'm excited because I can't wait to show Adrian because I
Yeah.
got him the blue face watch. And I'm going to be like, we both have blue face watches now.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
I love that.
Yeah.
And we both got like a couple shirts. or
Yeah.
stuff.
I got, I love like a 90s like art teacher shirt. So got another blouse like that.
Yeah.
I got what else did I get? A Coyote Ugly shirt because y'all know I love
that's
Coyote
so
Ugly.
good,
That's so
good.
cute. I can't wait to wear that
Oh,
with
we
a mini
should watch
skirt
that
and some
tonight.
boots. Yeah, I love that movie. What else did I get? Did I
That was
get?
it, I think.
I thought I got another top. Oh, yeah, and I got a Liverpool jersey.
Oh yeah, the jersey.
You'll
yeah.
never walk alone. Sorry, Adrian. I did look almost everywhere. They did not have your size, sweetie.
Yeah.
So fun though.
It was so fun.
Really cool.
I got a cool like vintage Ralph Lauren.
What
Is
would
it
you call
short
that?
sleeve, right?
Yeah, short sleeve.
I would call it. It's almost like a rugby.
Yeah,
like a
like a rugby
rugby
shirt.
polo.
Yeah.
Yeah. With just like a big old number 2 on it.
Ooh.
Who put a number 2 on this shirt?
What else?
It
And you
pans
got
to the dog, and he's like,
Oh no. And you got that camouflage
I got a
tee.
camo tee. I don't have a full camo tee. I have like a black tee that has like half camo sleeves.
Yeah.
And I have that camo button up that I love.
Yeah.
We've got a picture. We got 2 pictures in it.
Yeah.
That picture, I have a picture of myself in that camo button up.
Yeah.
It was that one where, remember, I was like, we were outside by where I do my photos.
Yeah.
And I have a picture of me standing like just like posing or whatever on this corner of the street. And then also there's a picture of me and you that I took like selfie mode, both of us, which I love that picture of us.
Oh.
I have both of those. Well, I don't know if I still do. I had both of those on Hinge at one time.
I'm dead.
And this those are two pictures where someone matched with me. Their message to me, I think their only message to me was like, wee woo, wee woo. This is the outfit repeater police. You're not allowed to have two pictures in the same outfit on your hinge.
No.
Please change immediately.
Oh my God.
I thought it was so
They were
fucking,
taking
so
you to jail.
freaking funny.
But I gotta say, this ThriftCon was probably the most production effort I've ever seen put into this event.
Oh my God.
That was crazy.
It was a show.
The sponsorship, the Adidas booth is totally new.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they started doing that like that last year, but like when I started going, it was much smaller.
Yeah.
You know, so there wasn't like there wasn't a command center.
Yeah.
Like
there was like a full on like
screen,
like AV video, like video production and DJ,
which was really cool.
Giant stage with a giant screen.
Yes, that you could see from the entire room.
There were cameras set up. By the way, this was a
Everywhere.
warehouse, like 50 feet tall ceilings.
Yes.
There were cameras set up somehow
Everywhere.
that could zoom all the way in to like some of these booths and vendors had like old timey, TVs with the backs on them.
Yeah, with the VHS players.
Yeah, had like VHSs playing E.T. or like Goofy movies
Harry
or whatever.
Potter.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was cute.
And like the cameras would zoom in on that in between like DJ sets, and like the screens would change. The cameras would zoom in on people buying.
shopping.
Like it was so cool.
Yeah,
and the DJs were
The DJ
really
was
good.
really good.
Really good.
Oh my God. And the kid playing video games, they had like the AV set up where they were projecting Mario Kart onto the screen as people were like ripping, like going against each
Playing somewhere else in the entire venue.
I couldn't even tell you where it
But
was.
the split screen was showing up. And it wasn't like a camera on the split
TV.
screen.
Nope.
It was like fed the
Into
split
the
screen
screen.
into it was
That
it was
production
so cool.
was insane. That was the best I've ever seen ThriftCon.
Yeah.
So that was freaking fun.
was
That was the
cool.
best one I've ever been to. I
And
loved it.
People look so cool.
Everyone looked so
cool.
Everyone was dressed so cool.
Everyone was hot.
It was hot in there.
Hot. Well, yes, and the boys and girls were hot.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That
the
is
in-betweens.
True. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, people were dressed so cool. The one thing they didn't have was a trading pit, and I'm wondering if they don't do that anymore. So the trading pit was a thing where they would have a designated space in like an area of the convention center where people who love their vintage, love to trade, are looking for things, or have found valuable things. You come and you're not technically a vendor or anything. It's just a designated spot where like you come, plop your stuff, you sit down, you bring like your best stuff, and you just kind of lay it out in front of you, and like people look around and like come around and be like, okay, I'm willing to trade like this shirt that I have in my backpack for what you have on the floor here, or we could trade this at face value, or like I'll trade this with $20.
This is for you.
So it was like a fun little bartering kind of system, but I guess they don't do that anymore.
I saw there were some points in time where there weren't people before with stuff. There would do you remember walking by? There was a guy who had just like giant stack of sweaters out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, like on the sidelines,
and
they
like
kind of made their own
in the
trading.
big open. Yeah, and it's like people were doing that. So I think people maybe were doing it on their own. But
Yeah, for
maybe
sure.
it wasn't a designated thing anymore.
Yeah.
Which would have been cool.
I know.
It's my first time seeing like the bins.
Yeah, that was new. That's new. So they do it by the pound, where it's just like, if you ever been to, the Goodwill bins or whatever, you know how much of a fight that is. They literally just like set up a bunch of bins. You just sort through them, and they're just packing clothes into it, and then you just weigh by the pound.
Yeah,
$10 a pound.
Do you remember? Kind of related.
What?
Those bins at the Nordstrom rack when we went to the mall.
Full of purses.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, heaven! Good stuff in there.
Good stuff.
In bins. In this
bins.
giant Nordstrom rack.
Yes.
Oh my God! And this is callback TBT if you listen that far back.
Yes.
This is the same time that Kamara found the Bottega boots,
Oh,
and you didn't keep them. You didn't get them,
I didn't get them.
and that comes up
It was Christmas time.
once a week. That comes up.
It
in
was
our
Christmas
conversations.
time. I could not. I had to buy other people gifts, and I was
Yeah.
like, I either buy these Bottega Veneta boots, or no one gets a gift from me.
Yeah,
And I was leaning the latter.
yeah. And I
Very
was
hard.
pushing for the ladder.
I was like, Christmas? Who gives? Isn't
Yeah.
it about being together?
And she had
my
decided
Bottega
you had
boots?
decided yes, and then you went off, and you bumped into your husband, and then I ran back into you, and you didn't have the boots, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
What's happening?
and then she goes, "Well, I decided against it," and I'm like, "You decided against it?"
No. I feel bad. I was like,
Yeah.
I let those boots. They were my size. The
it was
only
crazy.
pair.
That was crazy.
Unreal. Those are
Whatever.
like $2,000 boots.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll get something back in the universe. If
Yeah,
you haven't
I hope
already.
so.
You've gotten plenty.
yeah.
I'm obsessed with everything we got. It was so fun.
So fun.
Thank you for coordinating.
Of course. Of
Yes.
course. I knew you'd love it.
Yeah.
I know you love a good thrift.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was just like a very curated experience. Wait, those cowhide shoes that you didn't
Oh
get.
my gosh.
You were obsessed with them.
I know, and I didn't ask the guy like, "Who are you? What are you? How do I find these?"
Oh,
Because there was
Did
no
you even
like
take a
branding
picture?
or anything. Yeah, but there's no branding or name or anything on the.
dang.
I
And
maybe
he
I can
made those?
post. Yeah, he makes them custom.
Wow.
Mhm.
Those are cool.
They really were.
Like they were like these cowhide clogs,
yeah, but
but like
like
patchwork.
yeah, and like full lace, full like rubber sole in the bottom, like really
so freaking cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
cool.
cool stuff. Cool stuff. Check out ThriftCon. We'll post some pictures and stuff.
Yeah, we'll like maybe we'll do a clip.
Oh,
about
yeah.
it too.
True.
Whatever we clip and then do some pictures. So.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Oh, we can do a real. Yeah, we'll post lots of stuff.
yeah,
from
we
it,
did take a
hopefully.
bunch of video.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Wow.
fun.
That was fun.
Oh my god. That was a great
It
great
really was.
time.
Wow. The only downside about all of this is that the weather is disgusting.
We got
It's
a
like-
heat wave?
Heat wave. I keep getting an alert on my phone that says dangerous, life-threatening heat wave approaching.
Who told them to do that?
I don't know.
Girl, turn it off.
Here's my thing.
Turn the sun off.
If our phones are allowed to tell us that we're having a dangerous, life-threatening like heat wave for the next 3 days, we are allowed to joke and say that maybe if we were to be bombed by other countries, maybe it would be a perfect ending to this existence if it happened at a Beyonce concert.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
A lot of y'all are mad.
The
a lot
girls-
of y'all are
I
mad.
one person.
No, people are egging that person on.
Really? I'm dead.
The normal people are like, you know what? If we do get to choose, why not that?
She ain't no diva. No, and he was right.
Oh my God.
That was hilarious. Best comment. That comment wins.
I also picture like the bad ideas.
Yes.
On the yes. I'm buried here.
Yes. Amen. And the wave comes. And I'm going to take
Ascend.
the light in
Yes.
as my bones disintegrate.
If you want it,
Take
take
it.
it.
Hey, listen. And then we go to a Michael Jackson concert right after because he's going to be waiting for us
Oh,
in heaven.
right.
Or we'll see, I guess,
We'll see.
when we get there.
See, I never did finish that documentary.
Oh, shit.
All right. Let's get into
I'm
our
dead.
topics.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
we got to talk about shit we're
Oh
blocking.
my god. Oh my god. I've had, by the way, something on my list to bring up to talk about. Not a block topic, just something to bring up while we chat here at the top of our show.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to now because we're already half an hour or
Oh,
we're already
shoot.
so far in.
Okay, go.
For 3 weeks I've had it on here.
I'm dead.
I'll get it the next time.
Okay.
I'll show you all my after I do it. Every single week where I do my notes for the show, each episode,
Yeah.
it's at the top, and I never talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are
Okay.
we ready for this?
Yeah.
I think you went first last time.
No, you went first last time, actually.
Okay, then you go.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right.
Okay, I'll get it. So on the topic of vintage, I'm
Yes.
actually blocking one aspect of vintage because there were things at that show that I wanted, but just couldn't justify buying.
Mm-hmm.
So this week I'm blocking overpriced vintage, unfortunately, because there were so many things that me and you were walking around and I was like, oh, this is so cool. And like, we both looked at each other and we're like, no, I can get that from the bins right now for like $2. Like there's no way. And homegirl's charging like $80 for a dirty tank top. Like, I'm like, oh, come on, y'all. And this is a 1-day event. Like,
right. That you had to pay to go to.
right. And I know some of these vendors were not from New York. You got to pack up a van and drive back to wherever you're going. Like you should be throwing deals right now. Get rid of this stuff. Don't go home with anything.
Yeah.
But hey, that's just me. People got to make a living.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. But I'm bitter about that one cute, sparkly hot girl top.
As soon as you said this, I was like, I know exactly. Oh, that was rough.
$130 for this little baby white sparkly tank top. Granted, it was beautifully made and in great condition. I'll give that to her. But it's not designer.
Yeah.
I know in the 90s, this probably cost like $40.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's probably like the top half of like a set that probably max.
Yeah.
It probably was like with a matching skirt at one point for maybe $80.
Yeah.
And I'm like, baby girl, 130, and she was not moving on it either.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get it. Like, do you like understand the value of these things? But it's like, don't you want to get rid of all this stuff? She had two spaces. It looked like she had a whole store. Don't you want to go home with nothing? I don't know. That's just me. But overpriced vintage is too much.
I think something that is the hardest for me to understand is overpriced jeans and pants.
Yeah.
Because one, there is such a surplus of jeans and pants like
there
in
is.
the world, in the universe.
The world. You're
and go
right.
to any thrift store, go to any of these thrift events. 90% of the vendors are blue jeans.
Literally.
Blue jeans from like Target brand blue jeans. Like
yes.
Not even big brands, and they're all like $20-$30 a pair.
Like, come on.
And then you want to get that like a really cool like long short denim, $30. Sometimes I saw a great pair of camo pants, incredible like army grade like army pants,
right?
And they were like $20 or $25,
right?
A pair of shorts, army shorts, same vendor, literally almost exactly the same, but shorts were like $45.
60.
Oh, 60. That's
they
right.
Were $60.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yeah.
For half a pant?
Yes.
$60.
Yeah.
$60.
That's my whole thing. And then
y'all were bugging.
Because I can go home. I can go to my thrift stores in Texas and Chicago and get the same pair of pants. I'm not joking. $7.
Yep.
$7. This is why Kamar will tell you I have a closet full of blazers and one closet full of pants and another closet full of things that I don't really wear.
Right.
That they shouldn't be in that closet. I should get rid of them.
Yeah.
But I have so much stuff because it costs nothing on these other places. Because if you're going to a Goodwill or going to like a thrift store somewhere else, they are trying to turn and get rid of this stuff. They're like, we've had this. That's why they do like colored tags. You know, it's like, all right, everything that we put out on a Monday, we do a green tag, so that by Sunday we have a green tag special for all the green tags that are left. 50% off for all the green tags are $1.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like that's what that's about in spots like this. Yeah. This is like, I don't know.
Sure, it's a curated event. There were some things that like for sure, like there was a guy that had it was actually the cowhide shoe vendor guy. He had some really cool rare t-shirts that like I get why you're pricing them at 80, 100, whatever.
Yeah, that's different.
That makes sense.
Right.
But like there was a girl, it was like a cute little like Y2K hot girl vendor. She had a goddamn Abercrombie lace top priced at $40, right? Here's a gag. I bought that same top last winter for $12 on sale.
Yeah.
She was bugging. I'm like, baby girl, she saw me like looking and I picked up the top and I was like, and I looked at the tag and I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And she looked, we made eye contact and she like looked away and I was like, girl,
yeah,
I literally bought this at like the Black Friday sale at Abercrombie outlet for $12.
Yeah.
It was the same shirt. Bugging. Some of y'all are bugged out. And I understand y'all got to make y'all money, whatever, but come on now.
Yeah. Some of it's tricky.
Some of it's tricky. But that's my only thing. I'm blocking that. I'm blocking y'all overpriced. I'm blocking y'all overpricing polyester clothing that you're probably going to end up donating. As someone who sells vintage, you're probably going to end up donating if it stays in a bin for another year.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. I think jewelry and like watches and I think jewelry all around, I'm a little more willing to spend.
For sure.
Because for that, it is all curated in one place right here.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to 20 thrift stores and maybe 4 of them have watches.
Yes.
2 of them have rings and 1 has a bracelet.
Right. Oh, and it's only like 4 or 5 of them.
Right. And none of them are the one you want.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And this place, like,
they had a great selection.
Really good.
They had a
really
great accessory selection, which they haven't had in the past. So I was super excited about that.
Yeah.
I got so many cool rings. I've been dying to get
I
rings.
wish I would have got another ring. I didn't put on my regular ring.
Oh, no.
Oh, anyway.
But yeah, that's what I'm blocking. Overpriced vintage.
So good.
The resellers are going to hate me.
Whatever.
whatever. Get a grip.
There's something else about that I wanted to say. Vintage.
Overpriced.
buying.
Something
It was something about something that was expensive.
at ThriftCon
I think in general.
in general. What do you think? Like designer?
Oh no. I it's back to the pants. I can't with pants. A pair of pants that someone else wore 11 years ago
Right.
should not be $85.
No, they're bugging.
Even
were
if they are
bugging.
Carhartt pants.
Yeah.
Because there
Yep.
are hundreds of those out there.
Yes.
There are less Carhartt jackets in good condition that you can still wear.
Yes.
Those can be priced a little more. You can pay $40 to $75 to $85 for a good old Carhartt
Right.
like jacket, workwear jacket.
Right.
But these pants, I'm looking at just stacks and stacks of these pants, and they're charging $85.
Yeah, no. they're wrong for that.
$45 even. $45 for a pair that had someone else's nasty ass in it.
Literally unwashed.
Yes.
Unwashed.
The pants or the ass.
Both.
Yes.
They're working in them.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah, they were doing a little too much. It's funny though, the naysayers. I didn't know this when you were saying, oh, like people were in the comments saying it's so commercialized. I'm like, yeah, that's the point of it is for it to be
Yeah,
commercialized.
they turned it into a store so that it's
yes.
easy.
So it's easy, and you don't have to like run around Brooklyn to like 35 places
Right.
and hopefully find one thing you like.
Yeah, you don't have to be hot in Brooklyn for 8 hours of the day running around on the trains, on the subway in the sun.
Right.
You can be hot for 2.5 hours in
Right.
a giant warehouse
Right.
in the shade
Yeah,
with
right.
stinky people.
Stinky but cute people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, my God, little Benson Boone.
Oh my god, Gensen Goon.
Genson Goon.
He was mean though. He was being mean
I
to
know,
that
he
girl.
looked like he was mean. But that was his booth, I think.
Oh,
Benson Booth.
Benson Booth. We saw you.
Benson Wilkes Booth.
Let's see if he sees this clip.
Ugh, whatever.
But what are you blocking
Okay.
this week?
This week, I am blocking non-succinct storytellers.
Oof, that's me.
Sometimes I catch it being me on this pod. I'm in the middle of a story and I'm just talking in my head. I'm like, wow, I actually didn't have to say so much of that I just said.
Right.
I've been talking so long, but now I have to keep going because now I have to get to the end of it.
I
because
gotta
it's
get
being
this over with.
Yeah. I think for me, it's in a very specific way. I'm thinking of very specific people that I love and care about dearly.
Let's talk about me.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But when it's, oh, hey, what'd you have for lunch today?
Yeah.
And the story becomes, well, this morning when I woke up,
Oh, it's not what I asked you, baby.
and
oh,
it just keeps on and on and on. And, on my way to work, I tried to stop at this place to get this for breakfast because I knew that for lunch I could have something I made last night.
right.
And, well, I'll get to that. And so
Baby,
I'm
no.
just like,
Baby,
and then before I had lunch, guess who showed up?
Oh no.
And she came in and she was talking to me about this and that, and I'm just like,
No, baby girl.
No, and you
No, that's
can't
not
say
what I
that, and
asked
you can't
you.
say it, and it's so hard. And
You're dragging it.
my brain is just like, the whole time I'm like, Zeke, you are such a good person because right now you
You're
could say,
so
you could
kind.
say, hey, actually, I don't care about that. I asked you this question. And that's you haven't told me that yet. So let's pause that and just tell me what you had for
You gotta hit him
lunch.
with I'm gonna stop you right there.
Yeah. Yes.
You gotta hit him with that.
Yes.
I asked you what you had for lunch.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
it.
something I do a lot in my job is I ask someone a question and they say, well, here's what everyone else is doing and how that's affecting me. And I say, let me stop you right there.
No, and you're so good at delivering that.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, let me stop you right there. We're having this conversation about you
Mm-hmm.
and things that you are doing in your performance. You don't know the other conversations that are being had.
Uh-huh.
And what is happening outside of that doesn't affect you is actually none of your business. So let's talk about this.
Period.
Yeah.
See, now you gotta say that to people that are long-winded.
No, I can't. I can't.
That's a good block. That's a good block. Sometimes
It's rough.
I'm bad at that too. Like sometimes I don't know how to like get out of that, so I just slowly back away.
Not me being Kamara.
XYZ, buddy. My way of getting out of those conversations is just inching out of like frame. Like like until they realize I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
I know I need to be better about this, but I'm like, well, it works, so I'm just going to actually keep doing it. I am someone that while they're talking, I go,
oh no.
I'm like,
But some people don't pick up
I know,
on that.
especially if it's on a phone call.
Oh no. On a phone call? Yeah, I was like, listen, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Let me let you go is
Yeah.
my favorite thing
Yeah.
to say. Hey, I gotta let you go. I gotta go. I do that. I'm good at that. Yeah. The phone is so easy. Are you kidding?
Well, it depends on who it is. For me,
True. Nah, not me. Listen, I gotta let you go.
New York is nice because like, oh, my train's here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to get on the train.
Gotta head. Yep.
Yeah, or I'm about to be at work.
Oh, gotta hit the hot dog stand.
Yeah.
I gotta let you go.
First, let's make a pit stop at the Wiener stand. That's from Hairspray.
HOTDOGS.
You won't stop singing
Hot
that.
dogs are the stinking best.
I wonder
Sorry.
if Uber Eats delivers Sonic
hot dogs
to the plains,
to the plains.
White Plains.
I don't know. Maybe we can just drive. We can just drive there. I have a car. if anything.
Oh,
Sorry, we're talking about tomorrow. The next plan because we're going to my house and vibing, chilling, going to White Plains. Maybe hit Sleepy Hollow, see some witchy stuff.
And my only request has been, please take me to Sonic.
That's literally it. I'm like, let's see the sights.
Please.
I'm like, I want to drive you around. Let's see the sights. Go by the water. And Zeke's like, I don't want to go. I want to get a chili cheese coney.
Foot long quarter-pound chili cheese coney. That's my next tattoo.
No, actually,
Wait.
that'd be really funny.
FLQPCCC.
Whoa.
I want.
With just a
Wait,
picture of the dog.
This is so dumb what I'm about to say. I almost said, I want to get that in like Roman numerals on my chest.
With no context, no picture of the hot dog.
Well, Roman numerals are numbers, so it's impossible to get. So that's what was stupid about it. Not you. Yeah, that would be stupid without the picture of the hot dog.
No, you're not allowed. Oh, imagine if I would have won that the tattoo bundle at
my gosh.
Oh my god, that the show we
There was
were
a
at.
raffle at the
There was a
drag
raffle, and one was a tattoo bundle, and I was like, if I get that, I'll give it to you.
Yes.
And then you could have got the chili cheese coney
Oh, that would be good.
in Roman numerals.
I literally was like, oh, well, Roman numerals would make it like a little more interesting. And
Yeah,
no one would really
for
know.
sure.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
All right.
But that's a good block, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Of course.
Should we jump into Blocked or Gawked?
Let's do it.
All right. Y'all.
Blocked or Gawked is our segment where we at each other rapid fire 4 different things. Can be an idea, a place, a thing, a person, a feeling, anything, a saying. Ooh, a saying. Anything. And you have 2 options. You can either block it or gawk it. Okay, I think I started last time, so let's get you going this time.
Okay, you're gonna love this one. Blocked or gawked? Blocked or gawked? Carhartt anything.
Oh, gawk. Gawk.
Okay, go.
You're gonna love this one. Block or gawk. Femboy aesthetic.
Oh, gawk. I love that boy. I was swooning over the Troye Sivan.
Go.
Take my money. Block or gawk. Vehicles on the train, i.e., someone bringing their vehicle onto the subway.
Vehicle?
A
Car?
scooter,
Scooter?
a bike.
Gawk.
Really?
If they gotta do it, they gotta do it.
Okay.
If I had to do it,
Okay, fine.
Block or gawk. Orthopedic inserts.
Gawk.
Thank you.
Gawk that, mama.
Thank you.
Hard.
Thank you.
Hard.
Yeah.
You cannot survive without them. And if you think this lame, whatever.
Yeah. Wait.
Blocked or
a
gawk?
few years.
Yeah, let's revisit. Blocked or gawked. Hot bars.
Oh, gawk. Wait. Hot
Temperature hot.
bars, like going out bars.
Yes.
Block. I was thinking like a hot food bar.
We're not on buffets again. We can't keep bringing this back to buffets.
Block.
Block. Okay, go.
Block when I can see the air condition on the wall.
Yes.
Okay, block or gawk, podcast while at work.
Gawk. Gawk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listeners.
Thank you. Okay, last one. Blocked or gawked movie sequels.
Gawk.
Gawk.
I love to live in an extended universe.
So where that came from was when you picked up Leprechaun 4
Oh
at
my
DripCon. I was
Crazy.
like,
Oh
they
my
made
God.
more than one?
All right, my last one. Block or gawk? Waking up to pee in the middle of the night.
Block.
Yeah.
Block.
Okay.
Don't interrupt my sleep brain
Okay.
and
All right.
bladder.
Amazing. For me,
I hate that.
I don't know. Sometimes it feels good when you really have to pee.
Oh, God.
When you pee when you really have to
I
pee.
hate waking
I
up.
do, though, often wake up and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting up. I'm going back to bed. And I do that like 12 times.
Ugh.
And then I'm like, oh my God, I have to pee so bad that if I try to get up right now,
On my TT.
I'm going to pee everywhere.
Oh, no.
And then it's like, I did this to myself.
Yeah, you did do that to yourself.
Yeah,
No.
that was that.
I'm blocking that.
That was a
but
fun
the
one, I
movie
thought.
sequels, I was dying because I was
That is
like,
so funny.
Leprechaun 4?
Yeah.
Did y'all know they made a Leprechaun 4? I didn't know there was. I knew there was a second one.
Yeah, I knew there was a second.
But 4 of them?
I know, that's a lot.
That's crazy.
That's a
On
lot.
a VHS.
Podcast while at work.
Yes, I love podcasts while I work. I hate when someone interrupts me and I have to pause it.
Yeah.
Sorry that I do that to you all the time.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm still going to keep interrupting you when I want your attention.
True. That's fine.
Oh
my God. Hot bars.
No.
Temperature hot.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh my God. It was like at Purgatory. It felt like they didn't turn the AC on until the end of the show.
The last number the AC came on.
They were like, all right,
And I thought it was because someone walked past me. I was like, oh, did you feel that breeze? And I was like,
wait.
it's still breezing.
Yeah. They just turned the AC
Yeah.
on.
And that's when I noticed the AC. I was like, what the hell?
Oh my God. There was 2 of them.
I didn't know they even had that here.
Girl.
I didn't know that was invented yet here
Oh my
in this
God.
place
No.
for these people.
It's so uncomfortable, like hot ass bars. And it's like you're trying to drink and you're like, I'm so dehydrated. I'm so dehydrated right now. And they don't have the air on.
Being hot, I will not drink more.
No.
I'm like, I feel miserable. I don't want to be here. If I get another drink, I'll be here longer. So I don't want that to happen.
No, absolutely not. Getting one
Especially,
drink and
like,
I'm bouncing.
if you have an outside area, you're allowed to be hotter inside than outside
Yeah.
because if outside is cooler,
Right.
there has to be a
A
different
balance
space
here. Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah, but if
Come
you are
on.
one spot hot and it is a place where you keep all of your clothes on and you don't dance on people,
Yes. Oh
Pass.
God. Yeah. Hard
right.
pass.
blocker gawk orthopedic inserts.
Oh, girl. And if you're like, could never be me, let's revisit in 5 years.
Yep.
Let's see how the ball of that foot is doing.
Oh.
Cause baby, I won't go a day.
And then you get a new pair of shoes and you are excited to wear them. You wear them out or you wear them to work or whatever, and you just don't think to put in the inserts because you're like, new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And you, at the end of the work day, I'm like, my foot has gone completely flat. I have no more arch. And
I have a boil.
I have
I have a
boils,
boil on my
blisters,
toe.
and spurs on all my feet.
Girl.
Yeah.
Oh
Hurts.
my God.
It hurts every bone in your body when you don't wear inserts.
What's your favorite orthopedic insert?
I do these little Dr. Scholl, the blue ones.
The gel ones?
I think.
Or are they like the ones?
No, I have some that are firm for my arch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those kind of hurt my feet though.
Here's the other thing. All inserts hurt my feet.
Huh.
But when I don't wear them,
It's worse.
my body hurts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try that again.
I think maybe it just like makes my feet sore or something.
Yeah,
But then
because
I'm
of
like,
the
I'm putting like it's pushing against where my weight normally goes. Like my
Yeah.
arch is always sore if I wear like an arch insert.
but your back is good.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try some of that.
Right.
Yeah, we're gawking that.
Yeah. And
Because
we're-
I won't wear a pair of heels without my gel ball of foot
that
pads.
is- yeah, that's
I will
crazy.
never.
I can't in my designer shoes, I can't put things in. They're already too snug and they're not made for that.
Yeah.
Those kind of loafers are not made to
Right.
put anything in. I have to wear
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Ondo socks because they're so thin.
Brought to you by We Wish.
You know.
Ondo.
Yeah.
Okay, vehicles on trains. So i.e. when you're on the subway or something and someone's got their entire electric bike strapped to the middle pole.
Yeah.
I can't take that.
Here's my electric bike. I'm a little more anti and against because I'm like, why bring on this electric bike? You can electric yourself to where you want to go.
Unless it's dead.
then you should walk home.
Like, what do you?
You should walk home
I just,
to learn a
like,
lesson.
I'm like, it just feels so crazy to me, like, to see someone bring a vehicle on the train. It's like, where are you going?
Yeah.
Couldn't you have ridden your bike there? Wasn't that the point?
Right.
Where are you going?
If it's someone who lives on this side of Brooklyn, but is trying to go
get
to Bushwick,
Up.
yeah, or anywhere close at Queens,
Yeah.
then maybe I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'll take the G to somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
Bike.
ride my little scooter the rest of the way.
Yeah. I'm okay with some scooters just because they do fold up and people just can put them on their side. But
Yeah.
like when you got like a whole like
And
big
you stand in front of the door.
and you stand in front of the door,
you
you're
shouldn't
not moving.
you shouldn't be allowed in during rush hour.
Yeah,
if the
right.
train is full, you should not be allowed to take up 5 people spaces with your vehicle.
The worst I've ever seen was a Uber driver. He was probably going into the city, I assume, or go into Manhattan from Brooklyn, and he had his big ass bike with like the delivery stuff literally chained to the middle pole and was sitting on a chair.
No,
Like
electric chair.
Electric chair.
I don't know if I've talked on this podcast about my idea and how I think for me specifically, I should be allowed by the government to carry a euthanasia blow dart.
Yeah.
That I can discreetly use when I'm on an escalator and people are blocking the left side, and I can go and they fall and they pass and we walk over them, and like at Disney World, like cast members come out from the scenes and like grab the body. They're in plain clothes, grab the body disappears, and everyone lives their day.
Euthanasia's fucking great.
I should be able to do that on those situations. People fighting on the subway.
Oh my God.
You know?
Yeah.
I want to be like, who's the bow and arrow guy from Marvel?
Not, oh my God, Green Arrow? No. I don't remember.
Arrow, Black Widow.
Black Widow. Hawkeye. There you go.
You know, he has like the little thing he turns.
Yeah.
And that changes what like the arrowhead is before he pulls it.
True.
I need that in my euthanasia blow dart. So sometimes if it's just people being
annoying
on the train,
they can go sleep.
I can switch it to like tranquilizer and just go and everyone will like look at me and be like, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I want that.
I was hoping someone
people
would use
4x4 on the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, take 2 of them out.
Euthanasia.
Euthanasia.
That one. The other 2 will learn their lesson by witnessing.
Any other settings on the darts? Something that makes people lose feeling in their body and they just like slump to the ground, but they're awake.
Yes.
You know.
Okay. What is? No, I'm not.
Oh, don't do it.
It's what's? Not for that purpose, but so people lose feeling, kind of that for that.
Oh my God.
Okay, just a heavy muscle relaxer sedative that just
a
makes
muscle
people
relaxer.
just like turn to jello.
Yes.
Fully conscious.
Fully conscious. You'll be fine in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
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 You'll be back, but you need to learn your lesson.
I want that, and then I want one that is just like straight up pure horny pill.
Oh, like Cupid.
Yes, and it's like
they fall in love with
the
you.
next person you make eye contact with, like that's who they love.
They become obsessed with
and
you.
then I do it at someone, and they accidentally look at the person next to me. I'm like, damn it, switch it to euthanasia.
I made a mistake.
Yes.
That's good.
That's how I erase my mistakes.
That's good. Wait, how do we patent that?
I'm working on it.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, femboy aesthetic. Femboys.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love a femboy
That little
aesthetic.
booth at the back.
Yes, that you were hovering at.
Okay, stop. And that's the episode.
I was like, what is here? I'm looking around like.
And then those full-grown men were taking off their shirts and swapping shirts like you would see in a Goofy Guys doing a TikTok.
And me and Zeke bumping into each other, trying not to stay.
By the way, everyone at every booth started hovering. Everyone was pretending to look at shirts and like kind of looking at these guys.
These
Everyone.
2 beautiful men,
Yeah.
like just taking their clothes off in the middle of the room.
Oh my God. Ugh.
Blow dart.
I know you weren't near me, and I was like, "Where's?" I wanted to be like, "Come here!" But they were right there next to me. I was like, "Do it."
Yeah, and I was like, Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
slay. What
wow.
a day.
What a day.
What else? Did you have anything else?
That's it.
I said call her anything.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Except when they're overpriced. I'm going to Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tractor Supply. Can't wait to go back to New Hampshire, get some overalls.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Awesome.
yeah. What a day.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We got some fun stuff to do today. We'll update you next week. We're going to hit hopefully Sleepy Hollow, maybe see the Headless Horseman, get an autograph.
Ooh, bring him a foot-long quarter-pound chili cheese coney.
Imagine we get a selfie.
His head grows back so he can eat it.
I thought it was like a skull or something. You ever see the movie?
It's a pumpkin, isn't it?
Do you ever see the movie? The Sleepy Hollow movie?
With him?
Yes.
Johnny Depp?
Was it Johnny Depp? In that old one?
Think so.
But
Y'all, we are so excited to maybe on Mondays start getting some help in here again.
Yes.
to look us up, to help us
yes,
out.
we're going to have Mocha back in the stew.
Oh,
Thank
my
God.
Without a producer, this is
Hard.
It's difficult.
It's hard because
It's
we
so hard.
don't know what we're talking
lie.
about. We lie. We spread misinformation.
We spread Miss and Mr. information.
But we should wrap this up though.
Okay, yes, that's what we're doing.
Okay, sorry, y'all.
All right, yes.
But yes, thank you for listening. You can follow us everywhere at Block Pod, and then follow us individually.
I am Zeke D.
And then Kimarax, KIM0RA_X.
No.
Damn it. Okay, let me try that again. KIM0RAX_. Sorry, y'all. One day I'll get it right. And one day you'll be able to find my socials.
Also, both of our socials are in all the descriptions on the videos on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, everywhere. Please leave us a review.
Yes.
Share
us
your
with your friends. Oh.
Ooh. And on that note, bye. Block Podcast is produced by Mocha. Created and co-hosted by Zeke Dozalik
and Kamara Abdurakis.
Music by Golden Greek. Follow us everywhere at Blocked Podcast.
With new episodes every week.